Okay, live stream's running.
Okay, great. Good question. I don't know exactly who is going to take minutes. And I don't know if Harriet's going to take minutes. I don't know from the live stream.
Bernadette, I'll do it.
Is that Harriet?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Harriet. Okay. Okay, I was just I don't know if anybody was looking at the agenda. The agenda is that of course, we're going to have our introductions, which are important, a review of the meeting minutes, board member attendance, and I think what we could add to this is about Yankee tickets, then the gallery session.
Yeah, and then the remote meeting issue too.
Yes, thank you. Right, the open meeting resolution, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
We can
Okay.
do it, yeah, under old business, new business if you want.
No. We'll put it, we'll, have that on our list. As far as the previous minutes, do we have previous minutes on this?
I don't know.
I don't see a link to it, and I don't think we do have previous minutes done. So we can't, let me just check for a minute. I'm right on here on the website.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know of any that have been published, so I don't think you would find them there.
Okay.
So I don't know if I don't, Hazel, do you know if anybody did minutes last time?
No, I don't know.
Okay. All right, we will check on that. Okay, so, all right, let's move on. About board member attendance. All right, this is important. Jeremy, do you want to give an update on what came from the borough president's office?
So one member was removed, who was up for attendance issues. And then we have one other member that, well, we maybe have more than one other member, but in terms of review, I've only been able to review full board minutes, but we should at some point review committee meeting, not minutes. I'm talking about attendances, committee attendances too. But right now, in terms of full board, we have one person who's been notified of the meeting tonight in writing. And they were, well, the meeting was supposed to be last month, but because we forgot to publish the agenda, we pushed it off until this month.
Okay,
And it did provide a response. I don't know if you recall that.
yeah. As far as going over with the attendance, if, Jeremy, if you could just talk about the specifics so that
Yeah, so
everybody is
let me share
clear.
let me share my screen since it's public, the attendance, at least the full
Okay.
board attendance. I mean, so this is our May meeting minutes. If you can see my screen,
It's
right?
blurry.
If you go,
All right,
okay,
now,
let me stop my camera. Hold on. Stop sharing my camera. That might help. So I'm going to the website, go to the May meeting minutes, which are live. And at the back of every full board meeting minutes, because we've had questions about this from the public, you can see all our members and their attendance. So there's a key at the bottom that explains it. A for absent, E is excused, NA not applicable, NM no meeting, P present.
Okay.
NM is a placeholder. It's more for committee type things. Because I have a spreadsheet with a bunch of them, but I mean, there's a chance that we don't have a meeting in May or whatever. So this is the May meeting. Oh, this is the May meeting. I gotta update that.
yeah,
Right. Yeah. Okay. So regardless, we still same issue for the most part. So P for present, E for excused. So we scroll down First person, April, she's only had 2 absences, 2 excused, 5 total absences. That's excused or unexcused. Basically, they have an excuse. That can lead somebody for removal. So far, April's okay, but then again, I forget what happened in May. But either way, she has to due process. She has to be notified, or anybody. But then we come down to Mr. Ramsey here, who's missed
Fuller?
more than 5 meetings for the whole year. I don't think was he at the last meeting? I don't remember.
I
But
think he might.
and then so you can be brought up for possible removal for 5 total meetings being missed, whether it's excused or unexcused, or 3 unexcused absences in a row. And so you have 4 here in a row,
Okay.
unexcused absences. He did provide an excuse for those 4 unexcused absences. I mean, after he was notified that he's being brought up
Okay.
in this meeting.
Okay, so at least everybody is just really up to speed. That this is just really important. I know we all have a life, but as as volunteers, we need to keep everything active. And if you are not going to be able to be present at a meeting, that you let Jeremy know by email and or text message, is to let us know, and not the day of and not after, okay, but beforehand. That's just a professional courtesy, just like you would do at work. And nobody's asking you for a doctor's note or anything, but just a professional courtesy to let us know beforehand that you're not able to do it. So the other thing that I think that's important to, well, is there anything else? Is there any other questions with regards to attendance from anybody?
I just had a question with with the in a row absences. How many of those, if it's a legitimate reason?
Well, then they're
That is-
excused.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A professional courtesy is just to let at least Jeremy or someone of the staff know
Right.
beforehand. Call in, whoever picks up, whether it be Harriet or Chris or Jeremy, or if you're going to text Jeremy, just to let us know, look, something came up, family emergency, can't make it. Or
The best
whatever.
way to do it is email.
True, because then we have a record.
So
I mean, even if the text message is a record, but it's easy to get lost
Yes, that's true.
compared to an email. And then with an email, you could CC the chair of the committee or the board, and or send it to them and CC the staff.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm looking at May attendance right now. I can share that too if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try. It might be really small. So I got to update. So I got to update those minutes, right, for May.
Yes.
But the juniors coming up on 5. So we should send reminders to these people. Chun is coming up on 5. Look, some of these could be wrong, right? Well, I mean, excuse means they gave an excuse.
Yes.
But in terms of like
Absent.
it's possible that like April did notify me about December or whatever. But that's why, again, an email, you can call me all you want, and everybody knows how, somebody else calls me and then I'm easily distracted and then I forget.
Yeah.
Or Harriet or something, Harriet's work, you tell Harriet and then I call Harriet and put her on something else. So
that's
Yeah.
why email
Email is the best.
has a record of it, right?
Yes.
yeah, but for September, I guess, for the September executive board meeting, we'll send out more notices.
Okay.
At least one, I can tell right now we have one other person.
Yes.
So do you provide like a warning after, like, for example, should it have gotten up to 4 absences before someone is notified, or that's not really, you know?
It's not required. It's,
Okay, okay,
but, you know, we do historically do that. We do remind people of their,
okay. No, just want to
especially
know
when it
because
comes to the full
sometimes,
board.
yeah, because sometimes, for example, for the city, you get flagged for
Mhm.
2 unexcused, doctor's note. You get flagged as a warning, so
Yeah.
you make sure that you won't continue to do that. But I guess we don't have the type of mechanism here where after 2 we go, okay, you had 2 in a row. You're being flagged. That
It's not automatic. It's
okay,
got to be done manually.
okay. No,
Yeah.
I know, but no, someone does it automatic. Someone does it manually,
Oh,
and,
okay.
it's HR. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think we're at that stage yet where it's a
Yeah.
and
We're all HR.
AI. It's not. It'll be good to have HR AI. It'll get there one day. It'll
Yeah.
get there one day.
Well, you're also dealing with payroll more than, you know, that's, you have a, like you said, HR's actual, they're dedicated to that job. So it's a little different with volunteers, but yeah, still, you know, board members do have a responsibility.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah. No, it's important because I know I was very, when things were really crazy with me, working in Manhattan, I was very, very conscious of if I got there late,
Yeah,
I would call.
yeah.
I would, and it's, because I knew that if I was absent and I didn't call, I mean, I was just very aware of it. It just like just being responsible.
Yep.
Well,
Understand.
that's something else we've had issues with in the past, that, you know, one person that was up for removal in the past, um, you know, they were at the meeting for 16 minutes. You know, we don't have, we get complaints about people who show up late, leave early. You know, there's no mechanism for what we do there either. I think people like that who aren't there for at least a majority of the time should be marked absent as well.
Hmm.
Interesting. Good
Yeah.
point. Good point, Jeremy. That it's a good point. No, it really is.
Yeah. And the other thing that I'm gonna continue to um really make notice is not for the public, but anybody who is in a is in a virtual meeting or a hybrid and is a board member, that they have to have the video on. I'm sorry. Looking at names is doesn't make me know that you're present. So, even if it's on for, a small time, et cetera, but the videos have to be on. And if they're not, I'm gonna be asking myself and Jeremy to make note, to
Well,
make note.
well, since we're
I
on
think
that
it's,
since we're on that topic, Bernadette,
yes,
with the state of emergency being expired,
yes,
June 19th, it will be expired. So that
yes.
means the 20th of June, anybody who joins remotely, first of all, they have to have a reason for it. And secondly, they do have to have their video on. They can't call in. And this is just board members. It only applies to board members
So just to say, in other words, on June 20th, because it's
starting June
uh,
20th.
on, starting June 20th. Okay, any board member who is going to be remote has to have their video on,
Yep.
and they also have to have a reason. That's what part of the resolution is. Am I correct?
Yeah, which I emailed out earlier. I don't know if
Right,
everybody got a chance to
right.
see that. I sent it out to
I,
not just the board members, but to the public as well.
yes, yes. Okay. I see we have a hand up, Cynthia.
Well, she's not a member of the executive board, so do we
Oh,
want
I'm
to wait to
sorry.
go to the gallery?
We will come
Okay,
back.
no problem.
Okay, thank you. Um,
But
so,
in terms of the one board member up for attendance issues, I don't know if how's the executive board feels about that individual in terms of the absences. They did send in excuses for the unexcused absences.
well,
I did recommend they come tonight, by the way. I didn't remind,
You did.
forgot to remind them. I did tell them about tonight though. And more than once.
Can you send them a reminder now or no? It won't. That's not possible.
I mean, yeah, I can do it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you should know. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Give them an opportunity to state.
We have, uh, if we have a question from Harry, is that,
Yeah, I mean, I
It's
would
a-
wait till the gallery if that's okay, Bernadette.
okay,
Just make sure you cover everything we need to before it's 7 o'clock.
yes, I have to look at the time, make sure. Okay, but, do we want to go over the resolution quickly or just, share it on the screen for
Yeah,
those?
I'll share the screen. Let me just send this email to
Okay,
Mr. Ramsey. Okay. So where is Chrome? Not Chrome, Edge. Here we are. Okay, so if I back out of the minutes here, I go to agendas. So we haven't had actually, remember, we had a state of emergency from 2020 up until now. So we haven't actually had to publish and rely on this video conferencing resolution. We had a public hearing in June of last year. So I linked the public hearing too, just in case anybody wants a refresher on that. So I'm sorry. So if you go to our agendas page, it's after this general discussion thing or general, and then the conduct statement.
it's
we have
also
video
in
conferencing.
it's also in your agenda, if I'm correct, it's in the agenda, there's a link in the agenda to this, to the
I
resolution.
don't. Yeah, I don't think it's in this agenda. I think it was in the
Oh,
public hearing agenda for June.
okay.
Yeah, I didn't. This consumed a good part of my afternoon because I forgot exactly how we voted and did we have a public hearing? And then yeah, sure enough, I thought we didn't, and then sure enough we did. And so, long story short, I published this today. Right, Al was chair at the time that this was voted on. This was voted on June 2022. But
Okay.
it's here on our website. It's linked. So we need a minimum number of members present, physically present for a quorum. So once we establish a physical quorum, then anybody else who joins remotely does qualify for voting. But again, they have to, so they have to be physically present or they have to have extraordinary circumstance. It doesn't have to be anything major, caregiving responsibilities. I already was told of a member who may not be able to come Thursday because of caregiving. Well, they can join remotely. But this is the important part that you're getting at, Burnett. They must be, quote, heard, seen, and identified while a meeting is being conducted, including but not limited to motions, proposals, resolutions, yada, yada. So you gotta be seen, heard, and identified. Remember, you have to basically have your video. You can't call in. You have to video.
Yeah. If you're going to be virtual.
Yeah, and this just only applies to board members because only board members can vote.
Right.
Right.
So you can call.
counts
I
what's
mean,
quorum.
if your phone has a capability of videoing, that's fine too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's video and it's not too distracting either. Yeah,
Mhm.
and
To be
there'll be
clear,
instances I'm
Chairman.
sure where people turn off their video to go to the bathroom or whatever. That happens.
Yes. Or, if you're home with the child and the child is acting up or,
Yeah.
Yeah, quite often we see kids in the background.
yes. If they're older, it's fine. If they're young, you have to attend to them. So,
Just to be clear, there still has to be a quorum present live in the office or wherever the meeting's being held. And the person who has extraordinary circumstances where they have to do the meeting virtually, they don't count as part of the quorum, right?
Yeah, they don't.
no, it has to be physical.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had a clear
But
understanding. Thank you.
they are allowed to vote. And this is, I think this is only good. It doesn't say it here, but I think the law is only good till 2024. Ideally that will be extended because we are in the 21st century. You know, and this is obviously not going to go away because I know members of the public, you know, very much value and appreciate the live streaming, to say the least.
Okay. There is a good question in the chat that, which is with regards to, this open laws meeting. Does it only, is it only with regards to our full board meeting or to all the committee meetings?
Every public meeting of ours, we're a public
So,
body.
so every public meeting and yes, so that means our committee meetings also,
Yeah, committee meetings are easier because we got this set up at the office.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
everybody has to, you know, this is good that we're discussing, everybody has to really reacquaint themselves to this because we've all been used to something else for the last, 2 years. 2 years, some odd months, 2.5 years. So, it's something to reread. If you have any other questions, send them in by email. And we'll work with this. Everybody just needs to get reacquainted, myself included. So we all have to get reacquainted.
I put the link in the chat just so everybody has it.
Okay, great.
Very acquainted to this. That's great.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So, we're all in the same boat.
Agreed.
So, and the fact that we're going to be having our full board meetings in the same place that we had is a blessing. I think it's going to be great. I think it's just going to bring people back to, just getting themselves reacquainted in a positive way. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, back to
Einstein.
oh, nice. Very good.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, they don't have an American flag for us though, supposedly.
Ooh,
Oh,
Einstein?
they really? They
Yeah,
had one.
I'm gonna push back on that when I can.
They had one before on the
Yeah.
stage. Remember?
Yeah.
They should have one.
They have one.
I mean,
I
worst
mean,
comes to
unless
worst, we'll all
unless
bring
they
our
threw it
own.
out during the pandemic, it was always in.
Yeah,
Was
I
that-
also used to bring one too, but
Oh.
it's really hard to do that.
I see.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, if they did have one and that room wasn't being used, why would it not be there? So anyway, well, it's something to check before a full board meeting.
Mhm. Yes.
So with regards to the new resolution, I think it would be good at this point to take any other questions. And then go on to another topic. We spoke about attendance, we spoke about this, about the resolution.
So you want to open it up to the gallery then?
Yeah, well, the one other thing that I think, what were we going to vote on was, with regards to sending a letter with regards to the Yankee tickets for the board
Yeah,
members?
I gotta follow up with COIB. So remember, yeah, that's another thing on my plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's questions about board members not being able to get tickets. So I will follow up and I will follow up with COIB. I say let's wait till we see what they say in writing
Okay,
first. Because remember in our well, I don't know if you know this, in our bylaws, we are bound by their opinions. That's what our if you look at binding opinions, it's towards the end of the bylaws. I just coincidentally I wasn't looking for that, but I found it the other day.
okay. So in other words, we have to get their feedback first.
Well, that we have to follow their opinion.
Okay,
I mean, if you don't, you'll probably get fined. I don't know. Chris and I saw an email about Mr. De Blasio getting fined. Chris, how much was it? $300,000
what?
for using the
It
NYPD
was
to run for
on
president.
390 something, and on top of that, 150,000. So close to about 600,000 almost.
That's something you'll never have to encounter, hopefully, because you're not running for president of the United States, but that's what it's in relation to, using the NYPD for
Oh,
his
right,
presidential
yes.
run.
Yes. I do. I didn't follow up as far as what he was fined, but I do remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I think that, well, we will wait, but just know that.
I'll try to get an opinion before the full board meeting.
Okay. Okay, so yes, I guess we can open things up to the gallery.
Cynthia had her
Uh,
hand raised first, right?
Yes, Cynthia, you had your hand raised.
Hi, good evening. I just wanted to clarify, and it may be piggybacking off what Veronica said with regards to cameras on. So for example, this evening, I'm attending this meeting, but I am not a voting member of this committee, so my camera is off. But if I'm in one of the committees of which I am a member and or a full board meeting, then the expectation is that the camera is on. Is that correct?
Correct. That's how
Thank
I
you.
understand it.
Yeah, that's
All
correct.
right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember, it's just for if you're actually part of the body that's meeting.
Yes. Thank you, Cynthia, for that. Are there any other questions with regards to what's been discussed?
I got a question.
Okay.
I miss
Who-
the press.
Who,
No,
Okay,
this is
no,
Harry.
no, Harry.
Harry. I don't know if who's over first.
Hey, Harry, go
Harry
ahead.
started talking
Yeah.
first. Go ahead, Harry.
who brought that rule up? The camera rule.
That's a state law.
Yeah, but it just came out of the blue sky in today's meeting.
No, it was voted on in last year. We haven't had the need for it until now because of the state of emergency. The mayor's COVID state of emergency is ending June 19th.
My question is that I attend a lot of meetings, if I'm on the committee or not on the committee. I rarely very miss one meeting. Some meetings where I'm on committee, I'm at work.
Mhm.
It's kind of difficult for me to hold the phone in my hand with the camera going when I got 3 supervisors going down the floor. What is this guy doing? So what I do is I put the phone in my pocket and I put the headphones in my ear. So
Okay.
if I don't put the camera on, am I going to get thrown off the board or something like that?
No,
You would just be marked excused. Just tell us you're working.
I'd be
and-
excused if I'm online. I'm the one that goes to every meeting.
oh, no, but if you're at work and you still want to attend and you don't want to disrupt your work, just send an email, just let us know, that's all.
No, but you don't understand what I'm trying to say. I'm at work, but I can, as a supervisor, I can have an earpiece in my ear and
Yeah.
listen to the board meeting. If I have to vote on something, I'll say yes, no problem.
No,
So-
so he's saying that some situations don't allow him to have his camera on, even though he's present and listening to it, because he's obviously at work
Working.
also. So we have to make a decision. And
No, hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you if you don't mind.
Sure.
So remember, this is a state law.
That's what I was
So-
about to say.
So what we have a couple of young mothers on our board, or young parents, I should say. And I know one newer member, they weren't sure if they actually should join or actually follow through with being on the board because of a newborn. And I said to them, look, we need to make it work for you. Right. I would say the same thing for Harry, right? We have people that work, right? We all work somehow, some way. And it needs to be because if it doesn't work for real people, then what's the point? So I think really, Harry, what you need to do, we need to push our state elected officials because this is a state law. We need to because like we hear your voice, we know it's you. We can
Yeah, but
vouch for you.
I wish we would follow every law.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, look,
With
I'm just telling you that if anybody wants to challenge, a
We're
vote.
debating a camera issue, something so petty. I think the people on the telephone should do that, but if you're an active board member and says CB11, you know who you're talking to. Just turn the camera on. See, like right now, I'm gonna turn the camera on. You see my pretty face right now? I'm at work.
No,
See,
I don't
it's
see
me.
it.
No, not yet. Do it
See
again.
it.
Come on.
I don't see your pretty face, yet,
It's not my
Harry.
cousin, it's not my mother, it's not my wife or nothing. It's me.
No, we don't see it. Come on,
I
turn
don't
on the
see you. I
camera.
don't see you, Harry. We don't see you, Harry.
I'm playing a gun. I'm 6'3", 300 pounds. You're not gonna see me?
No,
No,
see,
no,
still don't
your
see
camera
you.
is not on. We're not joking.
No,
No.
I'm 6'2.5", and they see me.
No, I have it on. I turned the camera on. Oh,
No,
No.
it's not visible. Yeah, it's not visible.
There you go. There you go.
All
There
right.
you go, Harry. Now I
Look
see
at
you.
that.
see the handsome
All right.
Harry meeting, right?
Look at that hair.
But I mean, we understand that. I mean, a lot of times Malcolm would come to the education committee and he was at work, but at least he let us know in the chat, look, I'm at work. I really can't turn it on. So that's fine.
Can I,
But-
can I,
but if-
can I let you know if I'm at work or not at work?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
remember this is not our rule or law, and we can't.
yeah.
We're bound by
what?
the
But
law.
you know, what's funny, in my job, I get on people's cases for being on the phone. So if I'm on the phone, how can I tell someone don't be on the phone?
There you go. There you go.
Well-
How about that?
Yeah, but
Well,
you're the
yeah,
supervisor.
I understand that. And I really wish there was a way that we could change it, but at this point we can. And if my understanding is correct, until it changes, it's the law. You have to be on video in order to be counted as present for a committee meeting if you're on the committee.
So
Until
Veronica,
that changes, I don't think we have room for any, you know,
so there's
line.
no leeway. There's no leeway in this. Not like a little gap, nothing.
Well, let's go back to the resolution. Be heard,
Okay,
seen,
so if I
and
don't put on my-
identified.
If I don't put up the camera, am I gonna get voted off the board? I'm one,
No.
one of the very few people that go to every single meeting. You have members here that don't even go to no meetings.
No, we're just trying to find a way to follow the law. That's it. So, I mean, if you can't do it, then you can put it in the text and just say, look, I'm at work, so or just let us know beforehand. I'm going to be at the meeting. If you're part of a committee, okay, you're part of the committee and you're going to the meeting, but you know you're going to be at work, just send an email and say, look, I just can't have my camera on tonight. That's it.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
Or put it on briefly and then turn it
Thank you
off.
for understanding. Thank you for understanding, Bernadette.
Yeah. So, but it's just let us know. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could have that option when I was working. I couldn't.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
mean,
have an
I don't.
option.
You know, it says be heard, seen, and identified. It doesn't say for how long. So there might be a leeway there. I don't know.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I think you really got to look at that, Jeremy. I think
well, why don't we work with it with how we're going to work it here in CB11, how we're going to work it, unless there's a way that we find out that it's not. If it's not working, we'll work on another way.
Well, we really need to push our state elected officials. This should be again.
Yeah.
This is only temporary. It's only allowed till 2024. It should be permanent. First of all.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
as far as I
interesting.
know, this is only
Really?
this amendment in 2022 is only
Right.
good till 2024.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
So
That
push
means
your
that
state
in
elected officials.
2024
Just-
Does
What's
that mean,
that?
Jeremy, that in 2024, if it's not expanded, that there'll be no more virtual meetings?
No, that doesn't mean we can still allow the public to join, virtually, but that would mean all board members.
would have to be in person.
Yeah.
Maybe what we should put as a follow-up is in December of this year, as we go through September, October, November into December, let's keep track of the situations that come up and send in a recommendation from Community Board 11 to our state officials with regards to this resolution and how we want it moving forward.
sounds good.
So
Harry and I in the same place.
Yeah, we're gonna start talking.
Oh, wait, you guys have the same decor, I could tell.
No, we're in the same place. He's right there. He's right next to me. He's here. We're together.
so
Ah,
because we have limited time, Bernadette, do we want to keep
oh,
going
I'm
around?
sorry.
Put your hand down, Oral.
Okay.
High five.
Oh, high five.
Right.
All right, so what we can follow up or actually put as a follow-up from this meeting is that we're going to revisit how the next couple of months are going to be. And then send it to our letter from Community Board 11 with recommendations with regards to this resolution moving forward. And
Very good.
Do we need to vote on this?
Not now.
Well, we can bring it, it's up to you. I mean, I would wait, I would go through the gallery first. We really
Got
have,
it.
we only have 15 minutes till the next meeting.
Okay, good. Let's go through the rest of the gallery. I see Robert Press has his hand up. Go ahead, Bob.
Question, how can you vote if nobody's there in person? Number one. Number two,
Who's
At
been
the May-
virtual?
at the May meeting, there was only 21 members at that meeting who voted. That's disgraceful. Third, I served 6 years as a member of Community Board 8 and many years before that as a community committee member on several committees, and they were always in person. And you had to serve at that time 20 hours. The borough president recommended that you spend 20 hours as a community board member. Many of us spent well over 20 hours, and I'm sure some of you do, as you say. If this emergency or this resolution, it should be only for the members appointed after when the pandemic started, not those members who were before it, because any member who was on that board before it had to go to in-person meetings. It's just that you've gotten the luxury of being able to be in your homes now, and you should be back in person to ensure that there's a quorum. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you. I'm hoping that as this transition basically brings everybody to an understanding that everybody will be, the goal will be to have more people present in person. It's going to be a transition, not, and I'm hoping that it's a fast transition. So we shall see. We shall see. Okay, is there any other questions from the gallery?
I think Malcolm had his hand up, and I see Mr. Ramsey's in the meeting too, just so you're aware.
No, my question got answered. Thank you though.
Okay. Okay. So, okay.
Sorry, is this the gallery session?
Yes.
Oh, this is Roxanne Delgado. I'm waiting my turn.
Oh, okay. I didn't see a hand up. No problem.
I'm on audio mode, so I can't raise my hand. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I didn't know that. Thank you.
No, I'm explaining why I didn't. I'd like to, I have many concerns that there's no accountability or oversight over your district manager. The latest issue being that I recall with 2134 Barnes Avenue, the community board voted in objection to their on-premise license. It took him over 4 weeks to write an email. Now I'm still waiting for him to write a letter to Parks Department notifying the Community Board 11 voted unanimously against their Site A proposal. I also recall a few weeks ago, I informed him several times by email and phone that the motion for the weed dispensary was incorrect on the agenda and to rectify it so it would not cause any confusion. He annoyed my suggestion, and of course it caused confusion on that board because no one knew what was actually exactly the motion. They thought it was objection to a legal license when it was objection to a location. And then everyone kept saying, does yes mean yes or does yes mean no? It was like 20 minutes of people deciding what the motion was. There has to be some kind of oversight and accountability over district manager. He is a staff member of the board. He's not the authority over the board. He's supposed to advise the board of the pending of the current laws of city charter, state laws, and open meetings law and FOIA laws. But he's not the one that dictates how a board is run. And he seems to be do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, no oversight. And I see that he's too much on Facebook. He's not being very productive. I made complaints about him that has not been seen or heard by anyone on this board. And this needs to be addressed. This board cannot be dysfunctioning. It's doing a lot of harm in this community. It's not fair for this community. I'm still waiting for
If
him
you want me to
to write that
respond,
letter
Bernadette,
to
I can.
Parks.
No, I'd like to say something before you say something.
Yep,
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Just, not everything is out there for everybody to know, but we have staff meetings. Okay. We call staff meetings at the beginning of the week. We discuss a lot of stuff that, unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff going on, not just a little bit, but quite a bit. So, there's a lot on the agenda. Things have to be prioritized. Not everything could be addressed right away. It would be a perfect world if it could be. And it would be a perfect world if there was more people that were staff, but right now, most of the community boards have 2 or 3 people on staff, and that's it. So, There are other people that are also calling in, certain people I'm not going to name, but seem to be wanting to take Jeremy's time with about 31 foils. Just to name one of many things, that of every single thing that Community Board 11 ever did, under different categories. So that, you know, you have to prioritize, and we do have a lot of things that are priorities. We all know that. So all I'm just saying is that nothing is being ignored, but if things aren't being addressed right away, quickly, snap, snap, snap. Okay, you know, it would be a perfect world if it was, but there is oversight with the district manager. There is discussion. There's a lot of discussion. Staff meetings go on sometimes for 2.5 hours. And it's discussing everything. So I just want to let you know, you might not see it. And I apologize if some things don't get to you as quickly as possible. So,
But I'm sorry, it's been 4 weeks since he has, you know, he doesn't follow up with what committee motions are. So they made motions to send a letter of rejection for the 2134 Barnes Grocery. It took him over 4 weeks to write a letter, and only after I reminded him, he forgot about it. It's in his email. Now it's taking him over 4 weeks again to write a 2-sentence email to Parks Department to notify them. So I'm not seeking that. I'm seeking, it's 4 weeks now. This should not be acceptable. Seriously, I'm being respectful, but 4 weeks to write a 2-sentence email to notify Parks that both the Parks Committee and the full board meeting last month voted unanimously against this Site 8 proposal. I'm not being unreasonable. And I have seen other district managers are able to turn around a letter much quicker than 4 weeks.
okay, I'm gonna let Jeremy talk.
Did she just call him senile?
What?
Did she
Senile.
call him senile?
I didn't call anyone senile.
No, she didn't. Harry, she did not.
No,
Maybe
no,
not today.
She did.
Yeah, no,
I
she
didn't call
didn't.
anyone senile. So please don't start making false accusations and diverting this.
No,
No.
Jeremy's gonna talk. Let Jeremy.
Yeah, so I'll respond if that's what the
Yes, please.
public wants.
Yes,
So I'm glad you brought up the cannabis vote. Last week you told me that was immaterial. So I don't know why you're bringing that up.
Not the vote, the motion they indirectly posted on the agenda.
I explained to you that we reached out to the board member who maybe didn't vote the way they intended to vote, and we're waiting for an email, and you told me that was immaterial. I basically,
No, I'm not
so I
talking
don't know why
about
you're trying to
that.
blame me for that.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the motion you put incorrectly on the agenda. I'm not talking about the roll call that was taken
I
incorrectly.
mean,
I'm talking about-
I'm not the only one here. Like, if there's something wrong, the board members can tell me, right?
I
Am I wrong
notified
about
you
that?
2 days in advance and you refused to fix that. I had 4 emails and I called you twice. The agenda should be fixed to avoid confusion. You didn't fix the motion on that agenda for May full board meeting, and it caused confusion. Like I said, it was. I have the paper trail. That had nothing to do with the roll call.
we have paper trails. That's right. We do.
So I
We
sent you
definitely do.
several emails asking you to fix the agenda, the motion on that full board minute agenda on the weed dispensary, because you didn't put what was the actual objection. It was to the location, not to the license. You did not do as I requested. I even share you the
I
video.
mean,
for
I'm
economic-
sorry. Excuse me, Mr. Gall, I do not work for you. I work for the board.
You
and
know,
so
you
if
work
there's
for the
something-
public.
if
You're
they-
wrong about it. You work for the public.
I work for the board. Yes, I'm a public servant. I do help the public too, not just one constituent. We have 130,000 constituents in our district.
With all due respect to Roxanne and Jeremy, this isn't very productive communication, and we do have a time limit. Thank
Yes,
you,
I was
Roxanne.
just
You've
gonna-
made your point, and I appreciate it. Jeremy, thank you for your rebuttal, but at this point, I think we need to move on.
But you never want to address what he does incorrectly, and that's why he'll continue doing it.
Okay.
And that's the fact. No accountability. So you prove
Okay,
my
so-
point.
So,
Okay,
so what do
okay.
what do you expect from this? What do you expect from the board to do to Jeremy? I'm just curious.
Is that a question for Roxanne?
That's a question from Ms. Delgado. What do
Okay.
you expect the board to do to Jeremy? What do you expect us to do?
And he has to do the agenda correctly. If he doesn't, and if someone actually points out that the agenda is incorrect, why doesn't he refuse to correct it if it's coming from me and it actually caused confusion on the board? And you were at that board meeting where it took over 20 minutes for people to do a vote on a matter, and God forbid there was more than
Brenda,
21
can we
persons
move
in
on?
Yes,
in
well,
attendance. You asked me the question and then you say to move on. You know, this is
Okay.
very disrespectful. Very
No,
disrespectful.
okay, what I'm gonna do is Roxanne, I'm I do receive all of your emails. I'm copied on everything. So there is a lot of asks. Nobody's saying that your asks are not important. Okay, they're specific. So the point is, if the agenda issue is something, we'll make sure it's fixed. Okay, so because the agenda basically can clarify any other confusion on questions on motions. So, okay, as far as that goes,
And how about that letter to Parks Department notifying them, because it's been 4 weeks now
where
that the board voted.
okay, so
It'll be done. It's not,
I'm-
it's, I already said that to you and you said, okay.
all right, so we have two issues that are priority. So we will definitely get to it. Okay, promise.
Okay, I hope at least by 2 months. I think I'm not being unreasonable. It's been 4 weeks now. 4 weeks now.
Okay, it's
Thank you.
noted. It's noted. Okay, Malcolm, you had your hand up. Do you want to say?
It's fine. You guys are right. And Veronica also made a good point, so I'll let it. It's cool. Nothing.
Okay, all right. I'm just looking at the time. It's 6:55. Okay, or 6:56. So what I'd like to do is, if there's no other objection or any other questions, I'd like to be able to adjourn this meeting. So I will ask if this,
Just for the record, Bernadette, so
Yes.
then we're okay with Mr. Ramsey's, excuse or, and we'll drop that matter or?
um, Keith, are you here with us?
He's here. He's here. Keith?
I know he's here, but I don't hear him. Keith, are you here? If you unmute yourself.
I'll try to request himself.
Okay. You hear me now?
Oh,
Yep.
okay, good. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, Keith, we will accept exactly, whatever the excuse was, or whatever the reason was, I should say. I hate the word excuse, I'm not too crazy about. But what the reason was, okay? But you, please, as a professional, I know you weren't here for the beginning of the meeting, but as a professional, work, courtesy, please email Jeremy, if it's a committee, email the chair and the co-chair of the committee. If there is a reason why you cannot be there, so that we can do the proper attendance moving forward from here. If moving forward from here, it just, you continue not to be able to or whatever, then we're going to revisit. Okay, because everybody's very busy, and if you're busy with other things, we understand that, but we do really want to have active members.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do not expect to have special privileges. I do understand that I have missed a lot. I have, but the situation that's going on here is dire. And what it is I neglected my responsibilities. And what it is, you're absolutely right. I should have let you know. Yes, so there's no getting around that. In the future, going forward, you will get a
Email.
correspondence from me, because it's only right. I can't defend the undefensible. You're absolutely right. So you will get that from me.
Okay, and
Well-
Keith, if for some reason you
Well, could you hold
find
on?
work,
Hold on. Who is it? From where?
Bernadette, you did a good
Oh,
job,
okay.
Bernadette.
All right, I'm
I
sorry.
think you covered it, Bernadette.
okay.
All right. I'm sorry, Bernadette. Yeah, go ahead, Bernadette.
No, I'm just gonna say, if there's some reason that you have a full plate and being a board member is something that
Mhm.
you're not able to do, that's cool. I mean, I've been in that same spot. So that's what I'm saying, just let us know.
No, he wants to be a board member. He just said that some things came up really, really hectic where he is. I read the reasons. They were good.
I know, Bernadette, you don't want people reaching out after the fact, but I appreciate when they reach out after the fact. Oh my God, I completely Oral's done it. We've had other board members do it. Hazel, I think, oh my God. So, then I'll give you more slack. But if you don't do that, then it's like, what's going on?
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough said. Fair.
Okay.
Sorry,
It's
Bernadette, one quick
6:58.
second.
Yes.
Can you please email me, please, the procedure to file a complaint of a staff member, district manager, not the union ones, because it doesn't go through ethics committee. And I spoke to the BP several times, and they said I have to file a complaint with you. Can you send me an email? What is the procedure, please? Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so, I think if there is not, any other questions, et cetera, I'd like to adjourn this meeting. Okay, I don't
second?
see.
Well, clock,
Okay.
at 7 o'clock.
Oh,
So,
7 o'clock on the dot.
so Oral
Okay.
seconds it, and then all in favor, right? You,
Yes, second it.
Okay,
okay. No objections, no abstentions.
okay, great. So this meeting is adjourned. I want to thank everybody for attending.
Thank you.
All right, see you in a minute.
Yeah, right. See you right away.
Yes, in a hot second.